Oh, yeah. Well, I came across a coincidence today when I was listening to you earlier, and I thought I would just give you a buzz and let you know what I was researching and noticing just how slow, at least we are headed in the right direction on decriminalizing marijuana. So I Googled origination of pot criminalization, and I came across the father of cannabis prohibition. Even to this day, we're practicing his BS, and his name is Harry Anslinger.
Oh, yeah, the guy who started the DEA, ultimately.
Right, exactly.
And rolled out reefer madness back in the day.
That's what he got it from, first Federal Bureau of Narcotics, Commissioner of Federal Bureau of Narcotics. Yep. But anyway, so what triggered the coincidence is earlier you were talking about Secretary of Treasury under Hoover, Andrew Mellon.
Right.
Well, Andrew Mellon is the guy that appointed him under Secretary of Treasury, the first Commissioner of Federal Bureau of Narcotics. He appointed this guy because he was married to Mellon's niece.
Oh, really? So Anslinger and Mellon were related?
Yeah. Oh, they were, not by blood, but through marriage, but they were obviously buddies out the world of Anslinger, and he appointed him. So I got to looking at Anslinger, man, and he comes across with some of this stuff like William J. Bennett, Secretary of Education under Reagan, some of this just crazy stuff.
Right, he was a hustler.
Exactly. There was a quote of his that I was trying to find, so I Googled quotes of this guy, and I come across, it's funny because it says 11 effed up quotes from Anslinger. Mm-hmm. So one of them is I won't go through them all, but even though I wrote them down, but they're so obscene that you'd think we would get past this if this is the guy that wrote this criminalization of marijuana. But one of them is like, reefer makes darkies think they are as good as white men.
Well, that was, the entire reefer madness thing was pure racism. The main selling point for criminalizing marijuana was that black men would get high and they'd go out and rape white women. It wasn't even an innuendo. They said it out loud. They made movies out of it. They made commercials out of it.
Oh, yeah. You smoke a joint and you're likely to kill your brother. 1,000 total. This is in 1930, I guess, of course. 1,000 people smoke weed in America. Most are Negroes, Hispanics, and Filipinos, and entertainers. Their satanic music, jazz, and swing result from the use of marijuana. Yeah. It just goes on. It's laughable, but we're still practicing, exercising his beliefs that this stuff is still on Schedule 1 with heroin and cocaine. Yeah. Yet, the feds just won't come off of this criminalization, this evil weed thing that they have, adopted since then. Yeah,
and they really need to. It's just this is so wrong. And then not only were those laws, as John Ehrlichman famously told a reporter just a couple of decades ago, our two main enemies were the anti-war hippies and black people. And so we heavily criminalized marijuana and heroin and used that criminalization to try to disrupt those two communities because we couldn't make it illegal to be black or be an anti-war hippie.
Exactly.
And then they're still doing it. They're still doing it. And in the southern states, if they can get you on a marijuana charge, you lose your right to vote. And so that's why you've got, a 7-to-1 ratio of black people being arrested for pot to white people, even though the usage is 1-to-1. Richard, I got to run, but thanks for the call. That was great. Thank you.